Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Vault Hunters. Pseudocorpse has unlocked the small backpacks, which means that he can make loot belts, which are 2 double pouches combined, and then the belt is upgraded into the small backpack. So I'm gonna ask him to upgrade 4 of my double pouches into the belts and backpacks, and I'm gonna give him all the resources that he needs. Awesome, he made me the backpacks. These are incredibly huge for all the storage, so we can toss in the pickup. And then in one, we're just gonna go with the maximum amount of the tier 2 stack upgrades that we have. And we will say thank you, and we head back home. The tier 3 stack upgrade requires pogs, but I think the tier 2 ones should be plenty for what we need. So I'm just gonna upgrade these tier 1s to the tier 2s, which is just Larimar and some vault diamonds and some chromatic iron. In the vaults that I ran with some patrons, I opened another treasure room, and we opened a treasure chest which completed this quest, which means that we get a lost bounty, which we can click on here and see what we get. 62 Larimar. That's doable. The rewards are nothing special, but it's okay. In between cuts here, I have organized our backpacks, and this one now stores every single item that we can get in every chest, I'm pretty sure. I excluded a few things that we can get in treasure chests. We could add them because we have space, but I'd rather have some empty space for some inscriptions if you get a bunch of those in some rooms. But all in all, this is going to store every single thing that we can find in every single chest, and it can store 16,000 items in each slot. So I think we're not going to fill up these 2 slots with Vault Cobblestone anytime soon. The other backpack is going to be for jewels and all of the gear, and I decided to put all 4 totems in here from JEI, because if you search for gear, right here you can see that there's 4 different totems, and sometimes totems weren't going into my double pouch, and hopefully this will sort it out. We'll see once we go run a vault and find some totems. But I also did put in my scav items here, so they're kind of separate, and we can have them all in here, and a bunch of space for all the jewels and all the gear that you can find in ornate dungeons or gilded omega rooms or whatever. Our next vault crystal requires spore blossoms, so we need to go find a Lush Cave, and I remember putting a waypoint for a Lush Cave at some point. Did I not? I put it for the Dripstone Cave. Okay, so for the Lush Cave, I think we're gonna grab our nature compass. We're also gonna swap into our elytra gear. I went over to Pseudo's base, and it looks like he has a Lush Cave 870 blocks away, so we will go find that. I have to figure out how I get outside. I think he has like an elevator somewhere. This guy. Or, no, this one goes down. There's another one here. Hold on. Ah, this one goes outside. There we go. We can now go and find the thing. It is this way. It should be right underneath us somewhere, so let's try and head on down here. Hello, lovely. I have a bunch of torches on me. So let's see if we can find some of the spore blossoms. They should be in the ceilings generally. And don't know if this is a big enough biome to find them in, but we will see. There are particles here. Ah, spore blossom. 1. 10 more to go. I see another one. There it is. Haha. Oh, I didn't bring my pickerang. I should have brought my pickerang probably. And quite possibly should have brought a waystone as well. But we'll get the 10 that we need. And hopefully it doesn't show up in the altar for at least a little while. And there we go, that should be the 11th one, and we can now head on back, and I don't have my warpstone on me. Of course I don't, so I have to dig my way out somehow. We can now toss on the spore blossoms, and we have another vault crystal up and running. Yesterday, when I was just logged in, playing around, doing really much nothing, Freya added 2 heat generators to our base, which is 40 RF-ish per tick for free, basically, so that is charging up our energy cube. And also Pseudo added his flux point, which is linked up to his base, but doesn't really work when he's offline, so we're pretty much good on power for a little bit, but we will unlock power and get our own power set up at some point anyway. There's a trinket scrap in the black market. I must get it. So we need to run another vault. And the crystal requires mycelium, which we can get over here on this little tiny mushroom island that I found. So we're just gonna go get that. The crystal just needs some poison dripstone, some blaze rods, some sugarcane, and the mycelium that we just got, and we can now complete it. I will also add a seal of the hunter because we need to get 4 empty jars for this bounty, which gets us a whole bunch of knowledge and a bit of vault diamonds. So I think we're ready to go. We can just run this. I don't know which trinket I want to bring. Possibly the treasure goggles, I think should be good for this one. I also have some gear upgrades, and I decided to transmog back into the builder because it's a cool set that we have that is complete. I have a helmet upgrade. It has +8 health, +2 armor, +44 poison avoidance, and 25% soul chance, and it's soulbound, a bit more armor, and critical hit resistance. The chest plate I think is the same one that we had. The pants are also the same that we had, and I changed the boots. These have 7% movement speed, so we get that. 16% mana, 13% increased attack damage, 16% item rarity, and 45% poison avoidance. So we basically can just sit in poison kind of almost all the time. Like 90% of the time it should go away, so that is pretty cool. And I also changed the shield. This one has 18% block chance, and it also does thorns damage, so it can block and do thorns at the same time. It has 37% soul chance, which is really huge, and 14% knockback resistance and a bit more durability. Let us go and do this scav. It is a winter theme. These scavs are getting difficult. We need coin piles, wooden chests, or POIs, ornate chests, and mobs. Okay, well, hopefully the treasure goggles come in clutch and find us all the things. I think we're ready. Let's go. There's, of course, the first POI I find is things that we don't need, which are gildeds. Ow. Mobs are significantly tougher, and I have lag. Ooh, these are wolves. I haven't seen wolves before. You get the foxes in the nether vaults, and apparently wolves in these vaults. I got a spider webbing spool, no pottery shard though. Ooh, coins. 1 cracked script. And 1 cracked pearl. And a blood vial. Ooh, ornates. I need the saddlebags. The mobs hurt a lot. 1 empty jar for the bounty. 2nd empty jar. 2 empty jars is what we got. Ooh, a totem. Lovely. Did it go inside the thing? It went inside the thing. Lovely. More coins, which we do need. Hi, big boys. Like, they didn't even hurt that much. Another cracked script. 3 cracked pearls, 5. I'm done with the coin piles. Okay, cool. There are a few ores here, though. Ooh, and is that... Okay, it's not a champion archer, but it is a champion. I will try and not cheese if... Ooh. Well. Let's try and not spawn everything else. Ow, 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 ow. Corner, corner, corner. Okay, got the champion. Lovely. Got the wolf. Awesome. I just broke like 10 wooden chests. No pottery shard. The game knows what I need, and it's not giving it to me. Come on, empty jar, possibly? Let's block off the lava, if we can. 1 sack. We need saddlebags, though. Hey, bounty complete. Awesome. Ooh, a dungeon. Hard spider dungeon. Okay, let's see what it is. Hello, what are you? Gildeds. I don't need gildeds, and I don't need death by spiders, so we're okay. If it was something like normal or easy, I would have probably gone in for the spiders, but since it's hard, I'd rather keep my life. Ow. Hey, I found an ore POI. One skeleton bone shard. Alright, let's head on out. We have a minute and 40. I think we should make it, no problem. There is the portal. And we survive. Yet again. One thing that I will add to our backpacks is the unidentified relic fragment. I'm assuming I can get that somehow, so we're just gonna select all slots and save settings to slot 1. Let's see. It's a Nazar Bong Chugu that we have completed. Anyone in here? Ooh! Ooh! Is this the dragon tail we needed? It is the dragon tail we needed. We completed another relic thing. Yay, relic thing. Here. Dragon set. Bam, 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 bam. Assemble. Hey, another 30 seconds to our timer. So that's 27 minutes and a half that we have now. Awesome. And apparently I have 3 relic booster packs in the system. That is the Twitch emote that we already have. Yes. I will toss these at the community area. And it's a Twitch one that's not here, so it might help somebody complete it. Lovely. We got quite a few soul shards out of that vault. We have 3,200. I just diffused all the scav items. We still have to diffuse a bunch of items in here. I believe all of these are the ones that I have for diffusal, and we can do some more if need be. And I think we can just produce the amount of soul shards that we need. Shouldn't be an issue. Let us claim the bounty rewards. The legendary one still needs a couple, 20 or so Larimar to complete. Boom. We have 3 more mod boxes. Let's pop those. That's crafting grid. Awesome. Well, that's gonna be our wireless crafting grid. Ooh, you know what? We could do this probably. I think I have all the resources. That is a new plan. The gear? The sword is not that great. The wand is not that great. The chest plate? Nah. This one has ability power, but it has a low roll of the ability power, so nah. And the void altar as well. And I think I'll just recycle the magnet. It's not really worth to keep. The driftwood is so plentiful in the vaults that I'll just diffuse 4 stacks of this. Which is 400 and something shards. So close. I think 1 more stack of driftwood should do it. There we go. I think that should be enough for another trinket scrap. Yay, lovely. Awesome. 2 shards left. I totally didn't record this, but I made a wireless crafting grid. I thought I was recording, I made a whole clip and everything. But we got the crafting grid in the mock box, which you saw, and it's just 1 black chromatic steel to upgrade it, so we don't need to make an echo pog or a wireless grid or anything. So we now have a wireless crafting grid with a wireless transmitter back here. It only has 16 blocks of range, but we could easily make range upgrades. We're gonna make 2 more raw improved processors, get those cooking up. And then we can craft ourselves 2 range upgrades and 2 more once we get a few more ender pearls. And I think someone somewhere has ender pearls. I think Freya might have ender pearls in a Kajirium cage thingy. I found it. Sandy has them. I will steal 2 stacks, and this will create more over time anyway, so it's all good. 2 more upgrades and 2 more range upgrades. Bam, bam. And if we toss these in here, we get 48 blocks of range, and this is using a bit more power now. This is now using 67 FE per tick, and Sudo has gifted me with a better solar panel. This one produces 800 FE per tick, which is insane. So basically, this means that this should be up and running all the time, and we kind of don't need these thermogenerators, so I'm gonna ask Freya to remove them once he's online. I've just been accumulating knowledge over time, and we have 20 total knowledge stars, and I think it's time that we invest 11 of these into power. Boom. This is gonna take a bit of a drain into our refined carbon supplies and Larimar, magic silk, and chromatic iron ingots, but I'm gonna make a stack of this dielectric paste for in the beginning. And let's make 16 of each of the type of the rods. Oh, need more paste. There we go. We're gonna make one casing, and then we're gonna make ourselves an energizing orb, another casing, and our first energizing starter rod. We can immediately upgrade this one to the basic energizing rod, which is going to be a little bit faster. I think we should be able to put the rod right here, and then we just need to put this energizing orb somewhere near it. And if we toss in one Larimar, one Vault Essence, and one chromatic steel, it should do its thing. Yep, there we go. We get 4 energized steel. I want to get into some thermogenerators, for which we need blaze lanterns, which are lots of blaze rods and blaze powder. So I'm going to steal some blaze rods from Freya here. I think 2 stacks should be plenty for now, and I can repay him or get some upgrades for the Conjurium Cage if those exist to make it even faster, but I think it should be good for the moment. I want to get the most out of these blaze rods, so we're going to use another foreknowledge, and we're going to unlock thermal expansion, which is one of my favorite mods. We also get a new transmog, which is the thermal transmog, and also the power transmog, which is... power is like yellowy colored. It kind of looks neat, but I think I'll go with the thermal ones for the moment. Let's see how that looks. I don't like this one. It's too bulky. I look like the Hulk. Even thicker than the Hulk. And the power set looks like this. Now that we have thermal, we can make a machine frame and turn that into a pulverizer, for which we need 1 redstone flux coil, a couple of copper gears, and apparently 2 blocks of flint. Awesome. And we can just toss in, let's say, half a stack of blaze rods, and this should at least triple the blaze rods, if not more. Here are our 4 blaze lanterns that we need. And we need 4 per 1 thermal plate, so we need another 8 for this, and each upgrade requires 2 more, so that's going to be a whole bunch of blaze rods that we need. What I want to do here is I want to remove this energy cell, and we're going to place our basic energy cell right here on top. I think we can do input, outputs, so everything is receiving an extract on all sides, so that should be fine. And then we can do at least a little bit of cabling here. And put our solar paneler here on top. And I think, can I remove these? I can, okay. We can just do that. We don't need those cables. We can remove the thermogenerators probably. Ooh, well, that burnt. I should have probably removed the lava first. Whoops. These ones aren't too expensive, okay. I'm not too worried about losing one in lava. That's totally fine. Since we have this power cube, I might as well use it. We're gonna toss it here on top. And that should just drain everything into this one, which is 4 million FE. This one is 1.6 million FE. That's fine. We can just drain up all the power and maybe charge it up and toss it to Freya back once if we need it. We can now actually make the thermogenerator starter. And we can also upgrade it to the thermogenerator basic, which is going to make 60 FE per tick with lava. But if we do make 1 block of blazing crystal, one of these, which requires 1 blaze rod and 1 perfect Larimar for 2, so we need a couple of those, and we should be able to do it. That should be the last one here done in a moment. There we go. We have a total of 10 blazing crystal now, and we can turn these into a block of blazing crystal. We're going to put down the block of blazing crystal. The thermogenerator is going to go on top, and now I need water pumped into it. So that is going to be probably the sink, I believe, the easiest way. Yeah, this is going to be, it's doable. We need a pog. We're actually going to make 2 of these. One is going to be for me, and the other one to upgrade into the sink. There we go. The only thing that I need now is a cable to transfer this to this, which we don't have. I'm gonna unlock a 3rd mod for today, and that's gonna be modular routers. Purely because I have never played with this mod before. I have played around with XNet and it's super powerful, and we could do that. We can eventually still do that. It's just gonna cost us more research, but I think these routers should be good. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3. and we can unlock these. We can then make some blank modules, turn those into 2 modular routers, and then I think I'm gonna make the fluid upgrade is what I am gonna need. So 2 blank upgrades, and that should be the fluid transfer upgrade. And let's see how this is configured. So these upgrades are the upgrades for the modules, and I need to make this, which is the fluid module MK1. And I don't know if I need 2 of these. Instead of complicating things with modular routers, I'm just gonna make a fluid cell, right? We're gonna use modular routers anyway, but the fluid cell will just be easier. So what we can do is place it this way, or even, you know what we can do? We're just gonna place it on top. We can remove all of that, put the sink on top, and then we can do an auto input, auto output. And we should have this full of power and water and everything, and it's producing 168 FE per tick. Lovely. If we make one of these hardened capacitors and then go grab our thermogenerator, there we go. I should have everything ready to make the next tier of the generator, and we can just toss this guy here. Boom, boom. Now this guy is gonna make 280 FE per tick. Lovely. I just went to the nether fortress that we have, and there's a blaze spawner right next to our waystone, and I just farmed around 2 stacks of blaze rods, and that was enough to get all the components ready for the upgrade to the blazing thermogenerator, which makes 200 FE per tick times 280% is gonna be 560. Wonderful. I've been running some more vaults with some patrons, and we have 4,601 soul shard. I have been running some more vaults with some patrons, and I have accumulated 4,600 soul shards, which means that we can buy another trinket scrap. Awesome. I have also just gotten to level 55, which means we have another expertise, and a cool thing that we could do angel block. Because I think now we should have all the things to craft it. Yeah, we need 2 echo pogs, which we can make. We have the knowledge. Do we want to make this? I think we can make this. Let's go angel. 16 pogs, 2 echo pogs, and angel block. Awesome. We could even make a second one if we want, but I might just toss this down. Create a flight. So good. No way. I wonder if it works for everybody else as well, or if it just works for me. Because I think the expertise only allows you to craft them. This morning, I went to run a vault with Salty. And 3 minutes in to the vault, the server crashes. And then the server comes back up, I log back in, and I'm sitting right here in my regular old elytra gear. My vault gear that I changed into is gone, and I have a dupe of my elytra gear right over here. So basically, we lost all our stuff. Thankfully, I have a bunch of backup gear here that I think we can transform into another set of armor, and I'm gonna do that in between episodes. As far as losing the backpacks and everything that I can give myself through just cheating, basically, I will give myself back. I'll give myself back the oranges, the kiwis, the lemons, the 2 backpacks that I had, and everything else that I had, like the soul shards, the soul pouch, and everything. I have recorded what I had because I went into a backup of the world where I still had all of my gear, and that should be fine. I think we should be okay. Sooner rather than later, we're gonna get new gear anyway, and we should be fine. But that is gonna have to do it for today's episode. The video is getting pretty long anyway, so I wanna thank you all so much for watching. I am really hoping that you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to smash the like button, and you can also subscribe to get notified of when new videos go live. And you can support me on Patreon as well if you want. There's been a few new people joining, so I want to thank you all for the support. It's been really nice to see new people. And with all that, have a great, wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you all in the next episode. Have a good one. Bye-bye.